Hey guys, it's Maiden Day for the Skylark-S F3A pattern plane. I'm out at the field. We just had a beautiful day for a change. We got very little wind and bright sunny skies, so I have very high hopes that we're gonna have a real nice Maiden. I've already done the control surface check. If you guys watch my videos, you know that I always do a double verification. I've done the double verification on this. That's ready to go. Stick with me after the break and we'll get this thing in the air. Get this little Skylark in the air. I'm gonna do a ground track test real quick. It's going a little bit left on me. There we go, that looks good. All right, here we go with the maiden flight of a value hobby Skylark-S.
One.
All right, I like it when it starts that way. See that skid? All right guys, you know the drill, right? Get up in the air. I climb to a little bit of an altitude, so I know you can't see it very well, but I've got to get it trimmed out first.
Trim center. Trim center.
A little twitchy, so I'm on high rates. I'll live with that for the moment. I'll worry about the rates later. This is just a question of whether or not I can control my thumbs. All right, I've got it trimmed out. It feels pretty good right now.
Two.
How you doing, Chris? You got some, you getting it?
Yeah, a little bit. Gotta fly lower, slower, and closer.
I know, I'm doing it. I just got to get it trimmed up so I can fly it straight first. But here we go. I'm gonna go a little slower and a little closer. How's that? Super responsive. I'm gonna use some expo on this one. I normally don't worry too much about expo, but I am definitely gonna put some expo on this plane because it reacts exceptionally well to inputs. It skids too. I don't know if you guys see that or not, but I see it. You got to use rudder on this plane. All right, well, I feel like it's trimmed pretty well right now, so I'm going to do a yaw test, Chris. You know what I'm doing there, right?
Right.
So I'm going to climb up, straight up in the air, and then I'm going to kill the throttle, and I'm going to see if it yaws to one side or the other. If it does, I'll counter that drop, the nose drop, with counter yaw. So here we go, up in the air. And it dropped to the right, so a little left trim on the rudder, and we'll do that again. There we go, straight down. That was not bad. Just a couple clicks of yaw trim and it's nice and straight. I can tell you that the motor is not overwhelming. I mean, it's okay, but just like I expected, I think this motor is just a little soft for this plane. You see I'm not using rudder there and it's skidding? This plane's tattling on me. You have to use rudder. I was just calling Chris out when he was flying his Mustang just a little while ago. I said, hey man, you got to use rudder. I see it skidding. And then here I go, flying with no rudder and skidding. Yep, definitely rudder on this one, man. It definitely skids, no question about that. I'm still trimming a little too. I don't quite have the trim right where I want it. It almost still feels, honestly, a little tail heavy. I don't know, Chris, are you seeing that too? Do you get that sense when it flies by? Like the tail's dragging a little?
Just a little bit, yeah.
So here's how you test this. Let's put this to bed. I'm going to climb up and I'm going to do what's called a dive test. So all I'm doing is climbing to altitude. I'm going to go into a 45-degree dive, power off, and we'll see what happens. It actually is very neutral. So in a dive test, what will happen is if you're nose heavy, it will pull out of the dive at the end. It'll kind of pull itself out of the dive. If you're tail heavy, it'll tuck into the dive even further. So my suggestion is this is not tail heavy, but that tail does look like it drags a little. In any event, it's very controllable. I don't have any fear about flying the plane. It's not like I feel like it's going to crash on me. All right, that's enough for the Maiden. I'm going to do my approaches and get it on the ground. You guys know the drill. Well, hey, why don't we do a couple? Oh my gosh, did you see that? Oh. Oh my gosh, man. The axial roll on this plane reminds me of the Top Flight Mini Contender. That was crazy. Look at that roll. That's
against the Maiden flight.
That's Twitch V2. Yeah, I'm getting told that I'm not supposed to mess around like that on the Maiden. All right, let's get it down. Let's do some approaches and see if we can get it on the ground. Let's see how it does. That was easy.
Need to oil the wheel.
Yeah, need a little graphite or oil or something. All right, I'm landing. This will be my last one. I'm down after this. A little twitchy on the ground in terms of left and right, but it's fine. You can't hammer the rudder at speed. All right, guys, there's the Maiden of the Skylark-S. I'd say overall that was a success. I don't have any spare parts, so let me put it on the bench and we'll wrap this video up. I'd say overall that was a success. I'm happy with the way it flies. I will be working a little bit on the Expo. It was a little twitchy for my taste, but that's just, remember, that's a personal thing. Not everybody needs to do the same thing when it comes to Expo. But yeah, I'd say overall, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go inspect the plane, make sure everything's good, and maybe we'll get some more flying on it. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the content, and if it has been useful to you, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out when we see subscriber growth and interaction, and thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, all that stuff helps. So I appreciate your interaction. Take it easy.